Okay, great. Welcome to this live webinar. Uh, I know some of you've gone for lunch, but you can tune in through your phone. You can tune in from wherever you are watching from. Yeah. So today we are talking about how to escape the salary trap and multiply your income. We are talking about how you can escape the salary trap and multiply your income. Yeah, so you can type that in the chat section below, how to escape the salary trap, okay, and multiply your income. How can you escape the salary trap and multiply your income? So that is basically what we are sharing now, okay. And I want to begin with this question. Yeah, I want to begin with this question, and it's an honest question, and I want you to answer it yourself. Yeah, have you ever felt like you're working hard, you're trying your best, you even have goals, but your life is not moving the way you expected? Yeah, have you ever felt like you're working hard, you're trying, you even have goals, but your life is not moving the way you expected? Yeah, so I want you to be honest and type in the chat section below, that's me. Yeah, those of you who are joining, karibu sana. We are talking about how you can escape your salary trap and multiply your money, and we're beginning with a question: have you ever felt like you're really working hard, you're putting your best, you are trying your best, you are pursuing your goals, but your life is not moving the way you expect? I want you to type in the chat section that is me. Yeah, that is me. So good. Now let's listen carefully. What I'm about to share with you today, if you really understand it, it can change your life for the next 5 to 10 years. Yeah, and I want to begin by saying that one thing that I've come to realize, yeah, one of the things that I've come to realize about this life is this: that even when people know where they are, and you have a desire, yeah, and you know where you want to go, and I've come across a lot of people, they know where they are currently, they have a very strong desire, very strong passion, they know where they want to go, but then there is one major missing link. Yeah, there is one major missing link, and that major missing link is this: that many people are using the wrong vehicle. Yeah, that's the major missing link. Many people are using the wrong vehicle, and because of that, you realize that people keep asking. I've met people who kept asking themselves, why is my life slow? Why am I not progressing? Why is money not staying within my territory? Why is money not staying within my territory? Yeah, why is money not staying within my territory? I've met several people that are asking themselves that question. Yeah, why is my life slow? Why is money not staying within my territory? Why am I not progressing? Yeah, so let me simplify this for you today. If you're asking yourself such a question, then you need to realize that it is not about your effort. As a matter of fact, you're really putting a lot of effort. It is not about your dream. As a matter of fact, you really have a strong dream. The reason being is this, and this is the main, this is a missing link. This is a gap. The gap that we are talking about is that you are not using the right vehicle. So the problem is not your effort, the problem is not your passion, the problem is not your dream, it is your vehicle. I want you to type in the chat section that vehicle matters. Vehicle matters. Can you type in the chat section vehicle matters? Yeah, vehicle matters. I want you to type in the chat section that vehicle matters. Type in the chat section below that vehicle matters. The vehicle I'm using matters. So let me say this, that you already have something in your hand as you're speaking today. Yeah, maybe it is that job, maybe it is that hustle, maybe that's that small business that you have, maybe it is a skill, maybe it's a business idea. You already have something in your hands. But the question is not whether you are doing something. The question is what you are doing right now, is it the right vehicle? Yeah, is what you're doing right now the right vehicle? That's the biggest question that you need to ask yourself. Am I using the right vehicle? Yes, I have this job. Yes, I have this skill, have this talent, have this potential. You know, I have this hustle, I have this business idea. But then I need to ask myself, is what I'm doing the right vehicle? Am I using the right vehicle? Yeah, because you need to listen to this carefully. And this one is very deep, you know. Sometimes trying to help the wrong market will keep you broke. You know, you are helping the wrong, you're helping the wrong market. Yeah, even if that is your hustle, you need to realize that will keep you broke. So you can be working very hard, but you see, you need to realize that if you are serving people who cannot pay you well, you will always be attracting a lot of struggles, a lot of delay, a lot of stagnation. Yeah, and you realize that you will still continue to struggle. Yeah, and let me ask you something. Do you know how many coins, like let's say we use a 5 shilling coin, how many of the 5 shilling coins will it take to make a million? Yeah, how many of the 5 shillings coin will it take to make a million? Your mind cannot even begin to perceive the math behind that. So even if you have many customers, but they're paying you in small bits, you need to realize that your progress will still be slow. Yeah, and that's why I don't want to rush when explaining to you this. I want this to sink into your heart, into your mind. Yeah, and I want to begin by defining this vehicle very clearly, and I want to make it visual for you. You know, a vehicle is what carries you from your current financial position to your desired financial position. You know, I want you to type that in the chat section below. A vehicle is what carries you from your current financial position to your desired financial destination. Yeah, a vehicle is what carries you from your current position to your desired financial destination. Okay? Yeah, a vehicle is what carries you from your current financial position to your desired financial dream. Yeah, to your desired financial dream. Okay, so you need to realize that when you talk about a vehicle, then the vehicle should be moving you from point A to point B. The vehicle should be moving you from point A to point B. Yeah, the vehicle should be moving you from point A to point B. Yeah, the vehicle should be moving you from point A to point B. Okay? Okay. Yeah. The vehicle should be moving you from point A to point B, from your current financial position to your desired financial destination. Okay, yeah, so I don't know whether those of you who are on Facebook, can get me clear. Yeah, but I think okay, those of you in the YouTube, I'm clear. Yeah, I'm very clear. Okay, so what are we saying? We are saying that we are trying to define the vehicle. Yeah, and we are making it practical. Assume that you are going from Nairobi to Mombasa. Yeah, assume that you are going from Nairobi to Mombasa. Then there are four people. One is walking, one is on boda, one is driving, one is flying. Now, who will arrive first? I want you to type that in the chat section below. Who will arrive first? There are four people traveling from Nairobi to Mombasa. One person is walking, one person is using boda, one person is driving, and the other one is flying. Who will arrive first? I want you to type in the chat section below. Yeah. Now, listen carefully. The one who is flying is the one who is arrived faster. Not because he's more hardworking, not because he's more prayerful or more spiritual, not because he's more intelligent, but because he has simply chosen the right vehicle. Yeah, he has simply chosen the right vehicle. Now, let me shock you that many of you are not stuck because you are lazy. You're not stuck because you are lazy. You're not stuck because you're not hardworking. You're not stuck because you're not smart. But you are stuck because the vehicle that you're using is slow. You have very fast, but your system is slow. Okay? Now, I want you to type in the chat section, my vehicle is the issue. Can you type in the chat section, my vehicle is the issue? Type in the chat section, my vehicle is the issue. And have you ever boarded, those long distance buses? Some of you are going to Shago, or maybe you go to up country, and you realize that the driver is driving at 60 kilometers per hour. But in your mind, you're feeling like the driver is moving at a slow speed, and so at some point, even I've had even some passengers trying to convince the driver, "Hey, dere, ongeza speed. Can you move speedily?" But the truth is that the driver is not the problem. The vehicle is limited. Maybe the vehicle is moving at a speed limit of 60, 70, 80, So you need to listen to this carefully, that is a picture of your life. Your heart is moving fast, your goals are big, but the vehicle that you're using is limiting you. Yeah, the vehicle that you're using is limiting you. And you need to realize that even when you have an option of maybe flying, you realize that there are different classes. Yeah, there are different classes. Maybe some people might say no, but all the aeroplanes will still reach the same destination, But you need to realize that as much as the aeroplanes will reach the same destination, there is economy class and there is business class, And the economy class, some of the attendants, the flight attendants, will come to you, serving you, asking you whether do you need chicken or do you need beef. While you'll still be thinking what to choose, they'll have already moved on to serving the next person. Yeah, your food itakuwa imeshaenda. Yeah, and worse still, if you sleep, you are done. You won't get any. You won't be served. Yeah, but you see, in the business class, even when you sleep and you wake up, and then you say you are now ready, you will be served. Yeah, but they're still moving to the same destination, yeah, but they have different experience. So you need to realize that in life, it is not just about arriving, it is about how you arrive, yeah. So some of you need to realize that in life, it is not about arriving, it is about how you arrive, yeah. So you need to realize that it is not luck, it is not the government, it is not connections, it is your vehicle, the vehicle that you are using. So I want you to type again in the chat section, it's my vehicle, it's my vehicle. Because until you accept this, nothing will change, yeah? Nothing will change. Until you accept this, nothing will change. And I want us to see the first vehicle that you need to use, yeah? I want us to see the first vehicle that we need to use. But before I move on to the vehicle that you need to use, I need to let you know that there are places right now that are really growing fast, and Nairobians are moving here. And these places are what we are calling the Nairobi Metropolitan, yeah? These places are what we are calling the Nairobi Metropolitan. So this is a bypass, one of the bypasses in Nairobi, yeah, Southern Bypass. And as you can see, there's a lot of developments which are happening here. Nairobians are now moving to the outskirts, to the perimeters of the city, to the borders of this city. And I feel like you need to take advantage of this movement, yeah, and position yourself and multiply your money and grow your income, yeah. And we have properties in this area for as low as, you know, $6.99, yeah. You get properties in this area from as low as $6.99. You get properties in this area, yeah, within the metropolitan. Currently we are on Southern Bypass, yeah, we are on Southern Bypass, and we are positioning you to grow your income in these areas that are growing very fast. So if you're interested, you can reach out to us, you know. We have properties that are perfect for building your dream home, whether you want to move from renting, or you just want to multiply your money, grow your income. Then these are the places to watch right now, the Nairobi metropolitan areas. These are the places to multiply your money. So if you are interested to multiply your money, to grow your income, you know, maybe you're looking for an area you want to begin to develop and to move from renting, then the best people to talk to, of course, is Estable Properties, and our number is 0794 000022. Yeah, so good. So let's move on to our first vehicle. Let's move on to our first vehicle. And vehicle number one is your salary. Yeah, vehicle number one is your salary. So this is the first vehicle. So salary is not bad. Let me be clear on that. Salary is not bad. This is a seed. Every tree begins with a seed. Yeah, every tree begins with a seed. But if salary is your only vehicle, then you need to realize that you are walking, you are trekking. Yeah, and you can work for 5 years, you can work for 10 years, you can work for 15 years and still be in the same position, yeah. And I want you to look around where you are working. Is there someone who has been there for long? Maybe 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years. Can you identify someone who has been there for all those years? Now you need to realize that that person is your future self if you don't take care of your income. That person is your future preview. Yeah, that person is your future preview. As a matter of fact, you can replace that person that you have identified. Yeah, in future, you can be that person if you are not serious about multiplying or growing your income. Yeah, and you need to ask yourself, is this the life I want? Is this the life I want? Yeah. So you need to realize this, that nobody can pay you your true worth. Nobody can pay you your true worth. You know, they'll put you on a salary scale, and you see that will mean that your life has already been capped. Yeah, when they put you on a salary scale, know that your life has already been capped. They have put like a bottleneck on you, you know, and you need to realize and accept that fact. Yeah. And let me also speak about something along this line of salary. We've had people working their entire lives depending on the salary, and then at their later years they are waiting for the pension. Yeah. And the pension systems have been designed to, you know, promise you some good life at the end of, you know, those several years that you will have worked. Yeah. But you realize that there are so many people who have died even before enjoying their pensions. Yeah. Because nowadays people die early. Yeah. So there are people who have died and they've left their pensions. Okay? But if you will be living longer, if you have a goal to live longer, then you need to realize that not even the pension can sustain you. The system cannot sustain you. Your salary cannot sustain you. You know, and you need not to depend on it. So your mindset has to shift. Yeah, your mindset has to shift. As a matter of fact, there are even people who have not been paid for months where they're working. Yeah, so even the salary is unreliable, cannot sustain you. Our inflation is going up and is keeping going up and is still increasing, you know, and your salary cannot keep up with the inflation rate. Your salary cannot outpace the inflation. So you realize that at the end of the month you'll be struggling. More bills, more needs, more wants, yet the money that is coming in is not enough. So you realize that you'll always be in debt. And so many Kenyans are in debt right now because their expenses has outlived their salary. Their bills, their wants, their needs has outlived their salary. Yeah. And things have become more expensive, and it's even making life harder for many Kenyans. Yeah. So you need to realize that we are not saying now you need to quit your job. No. What you need to do is you need to add another vehicle. You need to add another vehicle. Can you type in the chat below, add another vehicle? Type in the chat below, add another vehicle. Yeah, type in the chat below, add another vehicle. Yeah, I want you to type in the chat below, add another vehicle. Okay. Yeah, add another vehicle. What I'm simply talking about is entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is whereby you are employed, you are working 9 to 5, but you have something that you're doing on the side that is bringing you extra income without you quitting your current job. Yeah. Entrepreneurship means that you are still working in the 9 to 5 job, but on the side you have some things that you're doing that are bringing you income without you being there, you know, extra income without you being there, while still keeping your 9 to 5 job. Okay. Vehicle number 2 is business. Yeah. And business exists to solve a problem. If you look around you, you realize that there's a lot of needs, there's a lot of problems that people have. Maybe food problems, housing problems, services problem, convenience problem. You need to identify this. There are a lot of problems that are now existing in our society today. And you need to shift your mind to a problem solver. You need to open your mind to see problems and think of how you can find solutions to solve this problem, and people will be paying you for solving their problems. And that is what we are referring to as a business. Because you need to realize that money follows value. Money follows problem solving. Money follows value, you know. So what can you sell? You need to ask yourself, what can I sell? Because every rich person is selling something. they are selling value that is solving a problem. Yeah, because money hides in value. Money hides in solving problems. So every time you see a problem, you should not, you should awaken your problem solving mind. You know, most of the time when we see problems, we awaken our complaining part of us, murmuring part of us. But now, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, you need to love problems and try to see how you can come up with solutions. So when you see a crowd, ask yourself, what can I offer these people? And you realize that you'll be now thinking about business. Yeah. Vehicle number 3 is intellectual property. You need to discover that your mind can make you money. Yeah. And when you're talking about intellectual property, we are talking about being creative, creating something once, and then you're getting paid repeatedly. Some of you have knowledge, you have information, you have some content, you have some pain, you have some past, you have some history. You can monetize that. You can turn that into income. You can turn that into a course. You can turn that into a book. You can turn that into a video. You can turn that into an audio. You can turn that into a training. You can turn that into a conference. Yeah, that you will be selling. Yeah. So you need to stop consuming content and start creating content. Stop consuming knowledge, start creating knowledge. Stop consuming systems, start creating your own systems that you can sell. Yeah. So there's a lot in you that you can package: your skills, your potential, your purpose, your talent, you know, your pain, your success. You can share that and people buy. Yeah, and you're still keeping your 9-to-5 job. Okay. Vehicle number 4 is real estate. And real estate is one of the most powerful vehicles. Yeah. And I normally like to say this, that a city today was a village yesterday, and a village today will be a city tomorrow. A town today was a bush yesterday, and a bush today will be a town tomorrow. Yeah. You know, an estate today was a bush yesterday, and a bush today will be an estate tomorrow. Yeah. So you need to take advantage of the real estate opportunities. Yeah. And there are a lot of opportunities. Like for us, Estable Properties, we have opportunities for you, yeah, to make extra income by becoming our agent, by selling for us, by using your networks, your friends, your colleagues. Yeah, you can sell on our behalf. We share with you our videos, we share with you our flyers, and you begin to earn commission, you begin to earn extra income while still pursuing your 9-to-5 job. And I know of people who did this, and today they own a lot of property. Some have even started their own real estate companies and finally quit their 9-to-5 job. Yeah. Even if it's small money, you're just starting with that. Yeah. So I want you to sit down and be honest with yourself today, you know, and ask yourself, what vehicle am I using? Because if nothing changes 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, if nothing changes, then you realize that you will still be frustrated. But if you can change your vehicle, add another vehicle, yeah, your life will change very fast. Your life will move very fast. So I want you to type in the chat section below, I am changing my vehicle from today. I am adding another vehicle of income today. I'm adding another vehicle of extra income today. You know, I want you to type in the chat section, I am adding another vehicle of extra income today. And if you're serious, start positioning yourself in the right vehicles. Yeah. So that you move faster, because life is not waiting for you. And one of the vehicles I've also told you is a real estate agent vehicle, whereby you take advantage of your networks, your friends, your colleagues, your churchmates, and you share with them our products, our land banking investment products. And once they get interested, those who are interested, you share their contacts with us. We reach out to them, we follow them up, take them for the site visit. And once they pay, we give you the money. You begin to earn extra income while still pursuing your 9-to-5 job. Yeah. So if you are interested, then I want you to call us on the number on your screen, 0794 000022. Yeah, if you're interested to become our agent, partner with us, you can reach out to us on 0794 000022. Yeah, so that we guide you on how to become our agent, how to sell on our behalf, how to share our properties with your friends, colleague, network, church friends. Yeah. So call us on 0794 000022. So bye-bye. See you in our next